So let's talk about marketing mix, because like I said, this is, when we say marketing, what comes to mind is also known as 4 Ps of marketing. I think in 1960s, the guy called Jerome McCarthy coined this term. And after that it took off, it's very popular. I think maybe like Kotler made it even more popular with his books. So what they stand for, 4 Ps? The first one is products, or sometimes services, because products doesn't cover services, so that's why we can talk about both of them at the same time. And products are different features, quality, variety, products packaging, all of those are product part. When we say product, think of everything regarding the product, okay? Even color of the package, or I don't know, like size of the product, because they are all different variants of it, right? And after product, maybe like one of the like undermined or ignored part of marketing is pricing. And even big companies, they are generally set, we have a pricing discussion in the upcoming weeks. Even big companies approach pricing very simply, like in a simplistic way, of saying that let's look at our competitors and let's try to be a bit higher than them or a bit lower than them, right? Try to position their price based on their competitors. It is like valid, I'm not saying anything against it, but it's very simplistic nowadays especially. There are different approaches to pricing, and of course pricing is a dynamic approach as well, so sometimes you give discounts, sometimes you do like some different bundles, and you give them like subscription, payment periods. It's a whole another topic which we will cover in the upcoming weeks. Promotion, this is my favorite since I'm doing research on promotion and advertising part. Promotion is not only advertising as well, you can also see like direct marketing and public relations and digital social media, so content generation, they are all part of promotion. Okay? Sometimes you don't need to, again, spend any money on advertising, but you can still be popular because one of your content just, let's say, goes viral and everyone knows about you. Right? For no reason, and there are a couple of examples that we will talk throughout the course as well. And then finally, you need to have a place to sell your product or share your offerings to exchange and then get something in exchange. This is the called place, like channels, distribution, logistics operation, they're all part of place as well, okay? Yeah, so this is marketing in a nutshell. But this is like original 4 Ps, and then we have additional 3 Ps for the services marketing. Because if you have a restaurant, you cannot explain everything with those 4 Ps. You have additional 3 Ps, which stand for processes. Right? First one is process. There is like always certain process, right? So for example, you get the vegetables and the meat, and you cook them in the kitchen, and then you like serve it in a nice way, and then meet with your customers, right? So there are certain processes for service creation, and like waiting times or overall total quality management, they are all part of process. And again, if you think of the restaurant, the quality of a restaurant should be evidenced by physical evidence, right? So maybe like ambient condition in the restaurant, overall design, and they use certain smells or music, right? Those are all physical evidence for the service too, right? So it's not explained by products and other parts so far. And then finally, for service, generally you have people until we have like fully humanoid robots that will replace human power in service industry. We have people, right? So, and then you need to talk about staff training and the corporate culture, professionalism, and everything, right? So those are all part of people dimension too.
Where does value proposition sit? Is it a bundle of all of this? Is it
value is actually value proposition is before that. Like I said, if you go back to strategic marketing planning part, so this is marketing mix. Remember, right? So your value proposition should come here when you position yourself, right? Yeah. And it all depends. This marketing mix depends on your value proposition there. That's how you shape the rest of the marketing mix. That's what I said before actually knowing this or setting up your, after the analysis stuff, if you don't have this value proposition and position yourself based on your strengths and offerings, you cannot actually shape the remaining marketing mix.
Thank you.
Introduction. Do we have anyone? Everyone's here. Okay. So let's talk about product, because like we said, product is the first aspect of it. And the question is, what should we sell, right? So assuming that we know our abilities, we know our resources and strengths and weaknesses and everything. So there are two main approaches to product development or product ideas. One is like a maybe kind of an arrogant approach, you might say. So this is from Henry Ford, and Henry Ford said, if I had asked my customers what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. But I gave them internal combustion engine, right? So because they didn't even know what it is, right? I knew better than my customers, and I understand what they want because they want to go from point A to point B faster. But they think that it can be only done by faster horses. But I know the technology, and I'm ahead of them. That's why I would be like able to create a car, right? So, and that is Henry Ford approach. And you might think that that only happened like 100 years ago or even more. That was like, there is a like similar saying from Steve Jobs, and he said, it's not the customer's job to know what they want. This is like very similar saying with Henry Ford, right? So it's whose job to know what customers want? Your job, right? So if you're a product manager or brand manager, you should be ahead of your customers. That's what Steve Jobs is saying. Okay, so we should know better than our customers about what they want. All right. So of course, like it goes back to doing our research, understanding customers, understanding the value that you can create, finding the gap, and then producing something to fill that gap in the market. All right. And of course, like you might think like Steve Jobs was genius. He was not, and I don't want to talk behind any of that people, of course. But he has a point, right? But he's not always right because Apple also failed while he was the CEO, right? So they fired him from his own company and stuff. But so he gained back the success maybe because of luck and then maybe like, perseverance and hard work and everything. But this is the one aspect of